Welcome to RetroGamerJapan.com. Today I want to show you guys how to replace the belt on your Famicom disk system. The first thing you need to do is remove the 6 screws from the bottom, which I have already done, and then carefully lift off the top. And when I take a look, immediately I see there's the part of the belt. Okay, so I removed the screws here, and I'm just going to kind of move this out of the way. You can also pull this part up here. Just pull that one, move it back. I left the screws in there. The front piece here, you can pull that out too. So now we're kind of getting a better look at the drive itself. Now I'm going to remove these 4 screws here, and then kind of get the drive coming up. So again, I'm going to pause while I do that. Okay, I've removed the 4 screws here, and sometimes you have to kind of get a screwdriver and very gently pry up because this part gets stuck to the rubber piece at the bottom. So now I've kind of got it free, and actually one of the more difficult parts for me at least is getting the electrical connection undone. Let's see if I can do that here with it. Okay. Okay, got it. Alright. Now I'm going to put all the screws back into the tray there so I don't lose them. Move that piece out of the way. Now, here we have the drive, separate from the case. And that wasn't too tough up to this point. Actually, now we need to move the face here. Oh, you can't see that. Okay, now we're going to remove this part here. And actually, that's kind of nice. It's got the paper part there. Alright, well, I'm going to remove these screws from the front. One. And as you accumulate screws, it's good to kind of be organized so you can remember later exactly where each screw went. So when I remove that piece, I'll just put the screws in there and move this over here. Okay, so we're getting pretty much down to the bare drive, and I'm going to put that upside down like that so I can hit those screws. Okay, I'm going to pause the video for a minute. Okay, so we're back, and I've removed the screws here. One of the screws is a little bit different, and it goes right there. So I'll move the back plate off, and now we're kind of getting into the heart of the matter. What I want to do is kind of get this board out of the way. Here's the 2 pulleys there. You can I hope you can see that. It's a little bit of the belt still connected. It's broken in half, but the belt goes around like this, and it's kind of tricky because it goes underneath the board, and it also goes between this part right here. So it's kind of tricky. So what you want to do now is unscrew these 3 screws. And also you need to clear away, kind of move, actually no, it's right here. Move these wires up. I bent that up just a little bit. And you need to also clear this wire out of the way too. So, just kind of go like that. Now that should give us some freedom when we remove the motherboard screws, so we can move the motherboard, or not motherboard, but just the board out of the way. I like to really get everything out of the way because when we start to put the belt in, this part is kind of tricky right here, getting this to work right for us. So anyway, again, I'm going to unscrew right here and then pause the video. I'll be right back. Okay, now I've got my screws 1, 2, 3, 4 removed from the board, and I've also cleared this wire I pulled it up, and I moved these around. I actually didn't get them all. Move that around like that, and this wire also I cleared out of the way. So very gently, kind of want to move the motherboard without, or I call it a motherboard again, the board, without hurting anything. So you're trying to get over that little piece of metal here and move it out of the way without, you know, hurting the board there. And now we're kind of getting a real nice view of the inside here. And if you can see, there's a lot of times the belt will just melt right onto the motherboard there. So I'll just pull that part off. And there's part of the belt you can see right there on the small pulley, and it's also kind of connected to the large pulley too. So now what I'm going to do again is pause the video, and I'm going to just clean these two pulleys, make sure all of the belt is off, and you know, Q-tip and ammonia is probably what I'm going to go with, and just really make sure that all of that's off, and then I'll be right back. And we're back. And I went ahead and cleaned both of the pulleys there. Here's, if you can see that, there's my black Q-tip. I used a bunch of little Q-tips and some ammonia. The belt is just, you know, disintegrated. It was like Play-Doh. But I got the pulleys all nice and clean and ready to go. And now, let me zoom in a little bit here. Well, guess not. And now I've just taken off the 3 screws that hold the triangular part on. And now for me, this is a tough part. You're supposed to kind of move it clockwise and then get this out of the way so that you can do the belt, which never quite work. Oh, there. Let's see if it'll be good to me this time. It's supposed to be able to come up somehow. Alright, hang on a minute, let me pause the... So what you're going to do is turn this triangular piece to the right, and then kind of get this part up a little bit, and it should come out like it's doing. And of course you don't want to hit the board with it. So there we go, that piece is out of the way. Now we've got clear access to put in the new pulley, and I'm going to